Okay, so in this Halloween makeup tutorial, we're going to do Red Riding Hood. But as we learned this year, and once upon a time, she's really the wolf. So I'm going to do an evil little Red Riding Hood instead of a little innocent little Red Riding Hood. Well, not evil, but you know, I don't want her to be slutty. I don't want her to be sweet. I want her to be a little bit on the dangerous side. So I'm going to give her a really stark, harsh brow, really stark, harsh line above the eye, and then of course the signature matte red lip, keeping the skin very, very pale and the eyes very, very pale. Okay, chin up a little bit. So I'm going to start by creating a brow. Whenever you're darkening a brow, in order to make it look good, start with a little lighter pencil, and then we can build to the darkness with our powder. And you're going to see how we can change the expression of the face with the brow. Make her a slight bit more sinister looking. Although it's hard to make Shanda look very sinister since she looks like a little innocent girl to begin with. Which makes it more fun to make her into a dangerous vixen Red Riding Hood. So we're going back with a darker powder. I'm going to just start calling these Sammy brows. Really fine-tuning that tip. I want an extreme point. Just going back with our sponge. Tip a little bit, there you go. Don't know how I managed that. Sadly, seeing where I dropped brow powder, I'm having mermaid fall out. All right, now I'm just going to highlight the lid. Remember, I want it just really stark and light so that I get really dramatic black line. So we almost have like light, dark, dark, light, dark. I'm going to start with a cream, just a matte beige, so that will really make that highlight stand out. And I am, which I don't normally do, going to go over the entire lid because I just want it all whited out. Really getting good underneath the arch. So get a nice line. nice edge to it. Then I'm going to go over that with just a white shimmer over the entire lid, which is not normal, but we're not trying to do a normal eye. We just want a sheer white, patting it on for more color. Sammy, this is inspired from a picture on your Pinterest board. So just nice white shimmer over the whole entire lid, creating a really nice edge right along that brow. Again, blending it where it meets the rest of the face here. You still want to make sure you've got a nice line to your highlight shade in the outer edge, because we are about to put a nice stark liquid looking line above the eye. Open. What's great about this for Shanda is it will take her lids where they turn down in the outer corner and make it really look like they go out. Okay, chin up. Look down. So, before I do that, let me lay some color, some powder down. Look up for me. I do not want to drip. And we all know how well I will drip that, so lay lots of color down. I know, we're not doing Snow White. Who is your favorite princess? Is it Snow White?
Snow White or Belle?
Why Belle?
Because she's the smart one.
How is she the smart one?
She's the book nerd.
Where'd you get that from? Does she read in it?
She freaks out about a library.
Oh. See, I'd have to be Cinderella. She's the pretty one.
I've been Cinderella. Been there, done that.
Okay, so we're going to start our line. Open and look down for me. I'd either have to be Cinderella or Aurora. And we're going to start to create our line. Look at me. Look down. So we're just starting to create the shape so that we know where to go back over, because it's much easier to get off pencil or shadow in a brush than it is liquid or gel. So now I'm going to fine tune that shape, because obviously it's not fine tuned, with black shadow and my brush number 41. Let me get the exact shape I want. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do 42 because I want that to be a really sharp point. Once again, get your shape exact because then you will just go right over it with your gel. And if it's not perfect, no one ever knows. Chin up a little bit. Good catch. Making sure to get liner all the way against the lash line. You don't want any fadedness to it. Then we will go back and remove the powder. Which, sure, I put it there, I hardly dropped anything. I wasn't even trying anything hard to do. I dropped everything. Now I'm going to, using my concealer brush 51 or 50, I'm going to make the line along the bottom really nice and stark. Plus, she's got a dark spot in her outer corner of her eye that I really want to make sure is concealed. Notice that I missed a little piece at the bottom here, so I'll just go back and get it. Now I want to really accentuate the starkness underneath her lower lash line. So what I'm going to start with first is I'm going to take a tiny bit of cream shadow, and I do mean tiny, a little detailed brush. I'm going to use brush number 14. And I'm going to go right along the lower lash line, look up, and add that color there, cream shadow, because I want to go back over it with a light shadow. Then I'm going to take my light shimmery shadow. Blend it along the lower lash line. And to really accentuate it, I am going to take white eyeliner. First, I'm going to take a Q-tip, dampen it. Okay, look up. Clean off the ledge, make sure there's nothing on there. Sorry, I'm sure that tickles. Then I'm going to line the inside wet tissue with white. All right, so we've put on false eyelashes. We've let them start to dry. But what I've done is when I cut them, I'm going to use the outer corners, which right here we have the outer corner that I cut off the false lash. We're going to use it on the bottom lash line. Now, as with any time you apply a lash, look up, you need a line to apply it to make it look correct. So I'm going to just do a little black line where I'm going to attach that false lash in the outer corner so that it looks like it's laying right up against the lashes. Now, when you're applying a bottom lash like this, you don't want to put an overly large amount of glue on. And you also have to kind of sit there until it dries because you really got to hold it up. Let it start to dry. Okay, we're going to let those dry. Now we're going to do a really dark line around her lips to make that red really, really deep. More blood. Because I'm doing such a dark lip, I want to erase natural lip line. Brighten up a little bit. Okay, so we have a nice distinctive line. Then we're going to take and we're going to blend the liner. Now I'm going to do red lipstick. And you can see how that burgundy really helps that red, the edge of that red. And we're going to double check. Lashes are where they need to be. I'm just going to lightly blend her lashes in with the false. Just a tiny coat of mascara. All right, so in creating this look, you can decide how dramatic you want the line, how not dramatic you want the line. You always want very distinctive brows with a really high arch. Draw them on because we want to do them a little darker. When you're doing your brows darker, start with a little lighter pencil, build the color, and then use a darker brow powder on top of it. I add lashes on top for drama, and then use the outer end of that lash for the bottom. And then line my lips with burgundy first to really give an edge to the lip, and then finish it off with red lipstick and burgundy lip gloss.